Today we're going to show you how to make some marinara sauce from scratch. This is one of our family's yearly traditions. We always do it, and I have Chef Mom here to help me along the way. So we're going to go through every step, and we're also going to show you how to can it as well, so you can keep it year long, and you can give it out as a gift to some of your friends and family. It's really cool. And what's good about doing this too, you know exactly what's in it. There's no things in the sauce that you cannot pronounce. There's no chemicals or anything like that. Everything's fresh, and everything's good for you too. So we always start out with a plum tomato, and the reason why we want to use a plum tomato is because it has less water base in it. And Chef Mom, tell them a little bit the reason why we use a plum tomato.
Well, you were correct. Less water, and it also has less seeds.
Okay.
And it provides a thicker sauce for you rather than a regular tomato. If you use a regular tomato, you've got a lot of seeds and a lot of it's very liquid.
More water based.
More water.
Yeah.
More water.
Okay.
So this is why we use plum tomatoes from the farm.
Yeah. Now what you do, and we have a whole bunch, and we bought a box. You know, you don't have to go to the grocery store and buy these. You know, you're going to spend a lot of money. What you do is you go to your to a local produce place, like a produce junction or something along those lines. We have something here where we live that's kind of similar to a produce junction. And you go up to them, the people that work there, and you ask them if you have any tomatoes for canning. And those are the ones that you know, they're looking to get rid of. And there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, look at these tomatoes that we got. And we got a box. The prices range anywhere from $10 to $20 for a box of tomatoes. So, you know, really good. So, all right, I'll show you the way. All right, what we did was we cubed a lot of them. We didn't cube all of them yet, but we will. And you cube them like this. Where you wash them in your sink. You just cube them like this. And, you know, we're going to be getting them ready. You know, you don't have to. Some people like to. You know, take the stem out, the core of them. Some people like to core them. We don't do that. Doesn't matter because we can put them through a food processor, and it's, you know, a little bit more painstaking. But you know, some people like to do that as well. But, all right. I also failed to mention is we leave the skins on too. Some people like to peel the skin off the tomatoes. We do that. This is where all your nutrients are as well. It's healthy for you as well. So we have basil. We have parsley, and we have rosemary, and we're going to add this to a food processor, blend it up, and we're going to throw it in a big pot. So I'll do that. So I'm going to take half of this because we're going to make two batches. I'm going to take half of this over here. I'm going to throw it in here. Okay. Throw some of that in there. And half rosemary. Okay. And half of the parsley. Okay. And I'm just going to pulse this, move this around a little bit. It's good. Chef Mom, you want to say anything?
Yes, you also have to add garlic and onion.
Garlic and onion, right. Into the food processor?
Into the food processor.
All right, so
everything goes through the food processor.
All right.
The more garlic, the better, really.
Oh, absolutely. Wow. Definitely.
You know,
all right.
And at least a big half of an onion for a pot that size.
All right. I need my knife. Okay.
No, that's good enough. We cut each other.
No, we got to put it through the processor. Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah. Okay. Put that in there. Okay. Anything else? Does that have to? That's going to be for the next batch, right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
And then you put oil in the bottom of the pot.
Yeah. We're going to do this first. I'm going to pulse it. Chef Mom, you tell me when it's ready. Pulsing it. Get that onion going a little bit. Looking for, what do you think? A nice mince. Is that good? Let's see what it looks like.
So you have to get that down more.
Yeah. All right. Well. Okay. How's that look?
It looks good, but you want
Oh,
to...
it smell. Wow. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. All right.
Pulse it
That's all right.
a couple more times and put it in the pot.
Okay, here we go. Gonna pulse it. good.
Okay.
All right, take the lid off. All right.
Don't put it in here yet.
I won't. Okay, this is what we're looking for. You know, those are our seasonings. Okay. And then we're gonna get olive oil. I have that around here somewhere. Here it is. Okay. Over here. And all right, Chef Mom, tell me what to do.
Put the olive oil in it so that it covers the bottom of the pot. That would be enough for this. I don't measure anything,
Right.
so
Is that enough?
just a little bit more. You want it to
You
cover
want to
the entire
You
pot.
want to cover the whole bottom of your pot.
And that's enough.
Gotcha. Now wait. Now tell them.
Then you have to heat the oil before you throw that in.
Got you. Okay, so you see that? Nice. Tell them a little bit about this pot.
That pot is my grandmother's.
Your grandmother's.
Which was passed down to my mother.
Okay.
And that was in the 30s, 1930s. For some reason, Scott the Foodie does not want to get rid of that pot.
It's very sentimental. Yeah, it's very good. You know, and for those people who like to cook, out there, I bet you have stuff in your kitchen as well. That is very sentimental to you. And you don't need any. I think everybody should. I think that's important. I think people who are passionate about cooking, I think they have stuff like that. Wouldn't you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna heat this up a little bit.
Heat it up, and then you put all of that into
All that in there. I'm ready to throw in. Oh, let me get this out. Let me get the blade out. Okay. Get the blade out. I'm just gonna throw this in. Okay. Throw that a little bit. Okay. Oh, this is looking good. Okay, I will. Alright. Okay, hold on. Alright, Mom. Chef Mom, tell them what we're doing here.
We saute all of that until it gets tender, and
the smell
it
is
absorbs
fantastic.
the oil, and you do this on a low heat.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't burn.
Yeah. You know what's also cool? Like everybody has their own style of doing things. So everybody's got their way of doing it. Some people add a carrot. Do we add a carrot?
Yes.
We do.
Yes.
Some people add chicken wings
No,
to the
this
sauce
is
as well.
marinara.
Marinara.
This is and I do add a carrot.
Okay. Okay. There you go. See that? And why do we add a carrot?
Sweetness. It adds sweetness.
Gotcha. Yeah, nice sweet. What we're trying to do is, we're trying to make a nice sweet marinara sauce. That's what we're looking for, right?
Right. We put the carrot in whole, and let it cook through as the sauce is boiling. The carrot cooks in the sauce, and then when the sauce is done, you just take the carrot out.
Gotcha. Start putting our tomatoes in our food processor. Yeah. Chef Mom, what if people don't have a food processor for this step? What do you recommend?
They had to steam the tomatoes first.
Steam them?
Yeah.
Kind of boil them down?
Boil them down.
Yeah, if people don't have,
Right, you have to boil them down.
Gotcha. Now, the reason why we do this, it makes it easier. It doesn't take as much time. And why do you like using the food processor?
Because it's less work. Number one, it makes everything easier. It doesn't change the flavor.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But for some reason, what it does do, it's less water. Because when you steam it, you have more water.
That's true.
You have to add more tomato paste. Where this reduces the amount of tomato paste that you put in.
Okay, see that? Nice helpful hint there. All right, we got 4 each. Now this is a 9-cup food processor. So for that I'm going to add 1 small can. One small can of tomato paste, all right? So I'm just going to get this out of here. I got a little spatula. Yeah. Take it out. Okay, move that around. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Okay. Lid.
No, wait.
Oh, oh.
You had to put, normally.
Oh
you
yeah, I
put in-
forgot about this. Yeah, the salt.
Normally
Alright.
you put in a teaspoon of salt. He's doing the keto diet, so he's using different salts.
Well, I mean, this is Himalayan. It's just that pink salt, the Himalayan salt. So I just want to try it.
All right.
So I'm right now, I'm on a keto diet too. So we won't be using a carrot like we normally do either. So 1 teaspoon of salt. You don't have to use Himalayan, so you can use any salt you want. Okay. All right. And
then a tablespoon of sugar, but he's using.
Right. We got a special sugar here that's keto friendly. Normally, and this is the same just as regular sugar. You just add we have a tablespoon here. So a tablespoon of sugar.
It's the sugar substitute is equal to sugar measurements.
There you go. And why the sugar, Mom?
To sweeten up the sauce, because
There you go.
sometimes tomatoes are very tart.
All right. All right. Okay. Are you ready? Get that going. All right. So this. There we go. Get that going. Chef Mom, you let me know when it's ready.
When it looks like it's
Puree. Right. Okay. Yep.
That chicken from what tomatoes in there.
So Chef Mom, how many times do you think you've done this? Huh? How many times?
Most of my life.
Most of your life?
I always did it alongside of my mother.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
My mother was an excellent cook, and that's how I've learned to do all of this. And I
Okay.
still do it to this day. My children, which
Uh-huh.
Scotty is,
Uh-huh.
and I have a daughter, grew
Uh-huh.
up, and they know how to do it because they've seen me do it over and over again. We've always made our own sauce, never bought it off the shelf.
I remember picking tomatoes. I remember where you used to just can the tomatoes
Right.
instead of the sauce. I remember that.
Right. We did that, and then we decided, why are we just doing this? We would go to a farm. Now my husband has a garden.
Yeah.
But we would go to a farm and pick the
Okay.
tomatoes, and we would just can the tomatoes, and that's when we would steam them and boil them down.
Right.
And and you can do that. It's the same process.
You know what I really loved about that? When you do that, what she's talking about, just canning the tomatoes, the whole entire house smells like a tomato. I think if you were on the street in front of the house,
everybody
you could
would.
smell it. It was awesome. I think we're done here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you're canning just tomatoes, you do not add the paste. All you add when you're canning just tomatoes, and you're not
Okay.
making a sauce, is the salt.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Let me. Then we got this going then. All right. I think we're good here.
Now you just
Okay.
throw it in.
Yep. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna throw it in. All right. You got it. I'm gonna hold that.
And you just repeat the process.
And we're gonna repeat the process.
Same thing.
Same thing. Okay. Now hold on. Hold on. We'll mix this a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at all that. That looks so good. And it even smells good too. Oh wow. I love that. That just reminds me. I have good memories of that. That's great. Anything else you want to say, Chef Mom?
Well, when the pot is full and it's simmering, I always get, and I'm Italian, I'm sorry, I don't measure,
Yeah.
a handful of grated
Grated-
Romano cheese.
You want
not
right now?
no, when the pot is
Oh,
full.
the pot's full.
And I
Okay.
throw it
Oh,
in.
okay. We'll show them that.
Yeah.
We'll show them.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to repeat this process a bunch of times until we fill up the pot.
Well,
All right,
it'll
so-
be all these
We got
tomatoes.
a lot of right. We got to repeat this process. All right. So we ended up making 2 pots. We let it simmer for a while, and what we decided to do, because the sauce came out really good, this year we got some really good, because we got really good tomatoes. The tomatoes were really good, wouldn't you say, Mom?
Yes. Nice
Yeah?
and sweet, yes. The best tomatoes we ever had,
Really?
that we ever
The
used.
best?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that means a lot coming from you.
Right.
Okay. And so we don't even, we've been doing this for so long. We know the end result. We didn't even need to put the Romano cheese in to thicken it up, right?
Right.
So explain that decision a little bit.
Because it came out nice and thick. The tomatoes were nice and plump.
Yeah.
And they weren't that watery. And because of that reason, as I said, they were the best tomatoes that we ever used.
Yeah.
It came out nice and thick. You don't need to add anything to it.
There you go. So that's why we skipped
Okay.
the. And even if you did put the cheese in, you do it at the very end. All right. So that's why we didn't make you put the Romano cheese in there, because we didn't feel that we needed to thicken up. All right. So with that being said, we have our jars. What we did, we sanitized these. And the way we sanitize these jars is we put them in our dishwasher. You run them through a cycle. Anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, years ago when dishwashers were not
Available, right? Okay.
exactly, we had to boil the jars
Boil,
before
right.
we used them.
I got
right.
you. Right. So if you don't have a dishwasher, you can just get your biggest pot and boil them in there if you want. Okay. All right. So we have one of these little trinkets,
Which
right?
is old, it's an antique.
This is really old too. And what do you call these?
funnels.
There you go.
But-
There you go.
But Scotty is very sentimental, and he likes using all of the things that his grandmother used.
That's right. So how old would you say this thing is?
Oh, old. I mean, I'm sure it had to be replaced, but it's old. I
It's
really don't
old.
know.
Yeah.
Right.
You can tell by looking at it too. I
Right.
love it. I love it. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So I got a nice spoon here. Soups, and I'm gonna fill it up, right? And you're gonna explain
Right, up to
how.
the rim.
There we go. Okay, so here we go. Let it begin. All right. Well, how many do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
About
Just go up to the
2?
rim.
No, how many scoops you think? That's the third. I'm gonna go 7. 4. 5. Oh, maybe 6. All right, Mom. Come here and then
Right up to the bottom of the rim there.
right up to the bottom of that rim. I think that about and explain why.
Because when we boil them, they start boiling, and you need the room for them to boil up. Otherwise, it won't seal. It has to seal.
Okay. All right.
Then you put
Okay. Right here.
you soak that in hot water.
Yeah.
Oh, I always wipe down the rim with a.
Mm-hmm.
with
Oh, you're right. Oh, you wipe it down. Okay. Yeah, that's
clean
right.
paper towel.
Clean. Right. You're the top part.
Right, just the top.
You want to make sure that it's dry. That's
Right.
right. Okay. All right. Because if these don't seal, you're going to be in trouble. You have to make sure that they seal. So that's nice and dry. Right. These are wet. Now it doesn't matter if they're wet or not, right?
Right.
Throw it on there?
They were boiled. They were boiled too. They're sanitized.
There you go. We have them in a nice. Okay. Put that on there.
Then you
Right.
put the rim,
It's one of these rims.
and you do not put it on tight. You leave it loose because it bounces around as it's boiling.
Okay. Here. Why don't you do it? Okay.
There, you got it. You just
All right. Like how tight?
not tight. You got to leave it when you just like that.
All right,
Because
so
it has to
let
be
me see.
loose.
Let me feel. I just want to explain. All right, so like yeah, okay, just kind of snug, but not tightened all the way, right? Okay. All right, so it's a little
That's
warm.
ready to be boiled.
All right, so what I'm going to do with this? Now we have the pot here. Anything else? What else are we missing?
Then you put them in.
All right.
You put them in the boiling pot. Another antique that we have here
What do you got?
because of my
This?
son.
How
Right.
are we going to put them over here? Okay, I think I can. Yeah, I can lift that up. Okay, follow this over here. This is really old too. Okay.
Right, and you
All right.
have room for how many? 5 or 5, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. All right.
All right.
1, 2,
So we
3,
put-
4, 5, 6. Okay.
Okay, so we
All
put
right.
6 jars in there, and then when we do that, we'll show you. We'll put it in the boiling water.
All right. So we got 6 jars. And we're ready to go and put this in our pot. Now, is this a pressure cooker?
No, this
This
is
is not.
just a canning. You don't need a pressure cooker because there's no meat in it. If it were a meat sauce, you need the pressure cooker.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
So I got this. I got 6 jars here.
You're just hot boiling them.
Yeah. Now, Mom, explain the vinegar.
The vinegar, when you're using a pressure cooker, all right, you have to put white vinegar into the pot,
Okay.
a tablespoon,
All right.
and that prevents the bottles from turning white.
Okay.
Make it a smoky color. Where, because this is not a pressure cooker, it is
Yeah.
not necessary.
All right. So how long do we have to boil these?
Okay, it's
How
2
long?
tablespoons. We boil it for about 10, anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes.
10, 15 minutes. Okay.
To get a good
Yeah.
feel.
So So getting back to the vinegar, 2 tablespoons of vinegar. There we go.
Right.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it for
10,
now.
15 minutes for now, and you're not right. Then when you get done, right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just about done. We canned them, put them all in our jars. They're vacuum sealed. What happens is you start hearing these pop, and they're sealed, and they'll last for a very long time. When you first put them in here, they'll be a little liquidy like this. Because they're hot. So all you do is just move them. Just go like that with them, and but they'll settle nicely. And we usually put them in. I have a basement, so I have some shelves downstairs and in the basement, and I put them on there, and I use them when I need, and I know exactly what the ingredients are in here. So if you want to make a meat sauce, just make some meat, get some ground beef and with some sausage, and just add this. Anything you want to add, Mom?
No, you can add whatever kind of meat you want in there, meatballs, what have you. You make sure that they're fresh, and you put the sauce in the pot, and you put the meatballs and the sausage, in the sauce, and that way it gives it the flavor. You simmer it for until the meatballs and.
How long will this last in this jar like this?
Oh, a long time. I mean, that's what the pioneers did. I mean,
Years?
Years, yes, because it's sealed.
It's vacuum sealed.
It's vacuum
right?
sealed.
It's
if the
literally
seal breaks,
sealed.
if the seal breaks, then you don't touch it.
Correct.
But
right.
as long as it's vacuum sealed, that will last on the shelf for years.
Yeah. Now, one thing that I want to mention too. What we did today, we actually like we said earlier, that these tomatoes were so good. We went out and we got another box of tomatoes. So we actually ended up making 31 of these jars. Because I maybe because this year it's we're talking 2018. A lot of rain. Maybe the tomatoes this year, right, Mom? Would you say
they were exceptionally good? They were plump. They were sweet. There was very little liquid in them. They were the best tomatoes we ever used.
And that's why we went ahead and made more. So, this is a great family tradition. And one thing I want to point out is you'll see some smaller jars here. So if you just want to make something just for maybe 2 people, you don't need a big jar. Make some smaller ones. Maybe or if you want to give it out to a friend, and you don't really want to give them a really big jar, and give them a smaller jar or whatever to have.
It's a pint jar.
This is a pint jar,
right.
And this is a
quart.
There you go. All right. Some of these jars are really old that we have. And they've been around a long time. The tops on these, what are they called? The caps. Is that what we call them? The caps.
Yeah.
Once you can't reuse them, correct?
No, but the rims you can.
Right, the rims you can. The screw-ons, you could reuse them, but the actual lid there you can't. And one of the things that we did, because we're really into the keto diet right now, we put the month September 2018, and we put keto. With an M, signifying marinara, so we know exactly what it is. So.
And the others that are not keto, you just put M for marinara.
Yeah.
Because we have those downstairs too.
Yeah.
You have to, you should store them. Don't store them in a hot place.
Okay.
All right.
Keep them like.
In a cool. It's better if you store them in a cool place.
Like if you have a basement. But for people who don't have a basement. maybe a pantry,
Right, something
somewhere
like
somewhere
that.
out of the sun, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. So,
And not near any heating, vents or what have you.
okay. And the greatest thing about this, well, a couple of things. One, it's a great family tradition. I've been doing this since as long as I can remember, and you know exactly what's in here. Everything that's in here is real. There is nothing fake or artificial there's no preservatives in this that stuff that you cannot pronounce.
Right.
So that's the greatest thing. And it's made with a lot of love and something that we really look forward to doing every year. So leave a comment if you have a family tradition that revolves around food that you like doing. Leave a comment below. Let us know. We'd like to hear about it. So I hope you really enjoyed the video, and hit the like button. So please subscribe. So and I hope it improved the quality of your happiness. I know it did mine. So thank you for watching.